is Will Bettendorf. I am Regional Director for Cotton Council International. I'm responsible for South Asia as well as Southeast Asia, two very, very important regions for our cotton exports. I've been in the cotton industry for 32 years, always with CCI.
34 years experience in the textile industry. I started out in, what was that, 87, back in, I joined CCI 1.5 years ago as the head of CCI Technical Services.
Cotton Council has multiple activities that we conduct globally. I would say the primary activity right now is our focus on the U.S. Cotton Trust Protocol. This is the sustainability cotton program for specifically American cotton. And we are promoting this literally all around the world in over 25, 30 countries, especially those countries that consume large amounts of U.S. cotton, such as Bangladesh.
We have been very lucky actually with CCI activities in Bangladesh because we planned a technical seminar in March and we planned another technical seminar in October. In March, we had 130 guests in person. In October, 170 guests in person. We hosted our Cotton Day virtually this week also. And we are at the moment going ahead with our field service visits. So that's part of Cotton USA Solutions for mills who are Cotton USA licensees and members of the US Cotton Trust Protocol. It's a complimentary service where our team of consultants who have a combined experience of more than 200 years in the spinning industry between them, they go and work at spinning mills to help them overcome, any issues, whether it's processing, efficiency, etc. Our ethos is to help mills be more profitable with their use of U.S. cotton. So in a nutshell, apart from the promotional marketing activities we are doing now, we're going to focus for the next few months on our one-to-one mill consults. And we will also be rolling out what we call the mill mastery courses. We're hosting a training session on Thursday in Dhaka, training the younger generation of mill owners on how to buy U.S. cotton. And we hope to be doing a few more mill mastery courses on our profitability model and about training also, training on how to buy cotton and how to process U.S. cotton. So that's what our roadmap is for the next couple of weeks and months.
Additional programs include our Cotton USA Solutions Technical Servicing Program. This also is focused on our key export markets for U.S. cotton. We have a team actually in Bangladesh this week who are calling on mills to help provide those services. And then every 2 years we have an activity called the Cotton USA Summit, the Sourcing Summit. And typically we always have a very good delegation from Bangladesh come to the States to attend that conference. It's a global conference. We have over 200 senior executives or mill owners who meet together, and for I guess an intensive 2.5 days, we discuss key topics and issues that are challenging the global textile industry. And it's great because we'll have individuals from so many different countries, and these people, typically they're men, these people are able to share common challenges, but then they can talk about problems with other colleagues. So for example, it could be a gentleman from Bangladesh discussing with a Chinese guy about a certain issue, and then maybe someone from Colombia, South America would chime in and they talk. So it's like a global forum for I would say the elite textile mill owners around the world. Those are 3 key initiatives that we're focusing on right now. There are others, but those are the key points that we're really concentrating on at this time.
So from my time selling cotton, I always have a keen interest in monitoring what the imports are like of cotton. For the calendar year so far, from January to September, we saw an average of 170,000 tons of raw cotton imported per month, including Chittagong and Benapole. The month of October had a big drop at 118,000 tons only imported. I say only because it implies that we know that consumption has not dropped. We know that yarn demand is very good. Yarn prices continue to go up every week. So this suggests that in the very short term, mills are a little short of cotton. I think in the last few weeks, the rising prices have determined that. We just had a presentation on the logistical situation where Mr. Hope Brooks of Staple Cotton, he outlined in his presentation that the on-time vessel arrivals in the US have dropped from 90% to 10%. So shippers in the US today, unfortunately, have a lot of question marks over when they can actually ship the cotton. Even despite their best efforts, there have been instances where the trucks go to the port and the vessels are not there, or the vessel date has changed. So the logistics situation is going to be the biggest challenge for the next couple of months. The cotton futures market is already quite heated. I don't want to give predictions as such, but if you look at the unfixed on-call position for the December contract and also for the March contract, it tells us that mills still have to fix a lot of cotton, which means they have to buy the market. Speculators, of course, look at this, and there has been a lot of interest from speculators in recent weeks buying the market because they know that mills will have to then buy from them. So it looks like the first quarter of next year is going to mirror what's happened so far in this last quarter. Perhaps after that there may be some relief or some rebalancing.
Yeah, price is always an important subject for spinners globally. We, the Cotton Council, we're a nonprofit trade association, so we do not buy or sell anything. But what we like to do is create opportunities to bring together the buyer and the seller. And for our key customers of U.S. cotton, we've also launched this Cotton USA Solutions program. One of the components of that program is named the Mill Mastery Course. Inside that course, it's like an education module, but inside that, one of the chapters, if you will, is named How to Buy U.S. Cotton. So with regard to price, the price of cotton is driven by the global market, isn't it? We can't control that, but what we can do is help our customers understand U.S. cotton and also understand the markets, and when there are certain tools that they could use to buy U.S. cotton, then we like to educate our customers about those tools so that they can use them. One of those tools is hedging. Hedging, I know, is not very popular in Bangladesh these days, but I think the feeling amongst some of the mill owners is that they may like to consider using this in order to that they take when they buy U.S. cotton. So we can educate the mills about it, but we can't control the price. With regard to the logistics is a global problem that we are all suffering from. How can the U.S. industry help that? That's a tough question. Domestically, the government is working with the port authorities on the East Coast and the West Coast in order to work with the unions in order to have the ports operate on a 24-hour basis. We work very closely with the government as a trade association representing the industry. We work with the government in order to try to start programs, facilitate programs to help the flow of U.S. cotton from the farm to the port and then all the way to the textile mill. So the government has taken on these initiatives to, they know that there's a problem, and there's a lot of pressure on them to help relieve the congestion at the ports. So they're extending the times, as I said, at the port. I know that for the trucking, they are working with a lot of the logistics companies in order to try to recruit more drivers for the trucks, for example, to improve the chassis. There's a problem there. On the rails, we're improving our intermodal rail transportation system in the States. So there are various initiatives that are being done inside the United States. But in terms of, how does that benefit you here in Bangladesh? We'll hopefully be able to get the cotton out of the country faster. But I have to be honest, in Bangladesh, we need your support also to help improve the infrastructure here. The port congestion up in Chittagong is a big problem that I think everyone knows. But what the good news is there's a lot of talk about trying to improve the port facilities and even go into creating a deep water port. That would save a lot of time, because right now the big ships, the big container ships, they go to a major port such as Singapore, for example, and then the containers have to be offloaded to smaller boats that can come and go out of the Chittagong port. So if we can create a deep water port, then those ships, those vessels can come straight into Bangladesh. And you do so much trade, so much export, it makes sense to improve those port facilities. That would help a lot as well. Okay. My closing message for the Bangladeshi spinners is I guess just to say to you that the U.S. cotton industry wants to be your partner. We've put our money where our mouth is. We're not just talking about service. We're actually bringing services to the industry to help the spinning industry in Bangladesh, especially our Cotton USA Solutions team. We have 8 professionals who we have made available to the industry here to consult them and help troubleshoot with the mills. No other cotton producing nation does this. That's a pretty serious commitment. It doesn't come cheap. These guys are expensive. And if the mills had to pay for this out of their own pocket, it would be, quite a bit of money. So for the requirements that we have, which are that you have to be a Cotton USA licensee and you have to be a member of the U.S. Cotton Trust Protocol, it's pretty simple. It's not a difficult decision, really. The protocol does cost a little money. It's only $500, but that's the cost of less than 2 bales of cotton. So I would encourage our friends in Bangladesh in the spinning community to take advantage of these services. Contact our local office here. Mr. Ali Arsalan is your contact. He can help to facilitate that process for you. We do have limited resources, so it's not going to happen all the time. They are covering, I think, 12 major global markets. But honestly speaking, Bangladesh is a key account for us. We have a lot of potential in Bangladesh, and we want to develop that. And if we weren't serious about this market, I wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't have brought our exporters or our mill masters with us this week to work with the Bangladesh industry. So we want to be your partner. We have a great product. Your industry is booming. You're going to need cotton. You're going to need our cotton. And so there's no reason why we shouldn't work together and make this, a great relationship. There's a lot of room for growth. I think right now our market share is less than 15% in Bangladesh. And over the next few years, your production is going to expand by 15-20% at least. So it checks all the boxes that we should work together more closely. And we're here for the Bangladesh industry, and we look forward to being your partners.
Yeah, it's not like I can't say that's a global problem or a big business problems or whatever. What we tackle are problems that every mill has. Every mill has issues, be it with quality, be it with the productivity, running conditions, for example, issues with the yield, for example. So what we do is we have this service which we call one-on-one mill consults that comes under the umbrella of Cotton USA Solutions. And what we do is we have separated that service into 3 steps. The first step is we come to a mill, we go into a mill and we do an audit, or let us say a mill survey that lasts about a day. So we would meet in the morning, discuss with the technical team the issues that they may have. Then we walk the mill for 2-3 hours. We look into, as I said, waste levels. We look into the yield. We follow along the entire process chain starting from the blow room all the way down to winding. We go into the laboratory. We go and check lab results. We check productivity. And after the tour, we come back to the meeting room, and then we list up areas that we think we could help to improve. And if the mill accepts, if the mill is open, if the mill wants our help, we would send then a technical consultant back to do a so-called field service. And a field service is just not simply a day or a couple of hours. A field service could last as long as a week or probably 2 weeks, and it depends on the problems that we have to tackle. So that's the field service. Field service is addressing those areas of improvement. And after 6 months, the consultant would even come back and he would then check whether the measurements that we have implemented earlier would show the results the customer expects. So this is the one-on-one mill consult. Oh, the message is use more US cotton, get all the benefits, because all these offerings that comes under the Cotton USA Solutions umbrella is free of charge for our customers, right? So be it mill mastery courses, we educate the staff, we are coming to do the audits, we invite them to join our mill exchange programs. So use US cotton. You know what you get with US cotton. We have all the HBA data available for them. US cotton performs better in the mill, runs better, and again, with the help that we provide from the technical team, okay, that is the message actually I want to give to the Bangladeshi spinners.